Let's make sure everything links before I do anything. Hello, Lil Gran. Good. Twitch works, Restream works, good. YouTube's working. Hello, hi, it's good to see you again. By all means, if you guys can... Oh geez, hold on. Almost knocked over my tea tumbler. By all means, if it sounds too loud or too quiet for you, please let me know. Because I want to be as audible as possible for, well, especially this live stream. I'm just gonna move my microphone a little bit closer to my mouth. Yes, I remember you. I recognize you, Rahat. And I think I'll just like let the Midnight. Hello. I think I'll just let this intro play while I gather my thoughts, and I will figure out the first topic to discuss. But then again, I do have like a general... I do have like an array of topics I do want to talk about, like planned out, but I just kind of... I'm trying to figure out which one I want to play first. But it's good to see you, good to see you, Bakuda. You're the one that actually kind of influenced me to stream tonight, after I saw that you streamed this morning. So, I guess I can talk about my relationship with this game. Oddly enough, I never played the second Crash Bandicoot game. I've only played this one and the first one. I believe the first one that I beat was the very first one, and then, like, I played this one. Well, it's kind of funny because, like, my brother and I, we didn't have a PlayStation 1 memory card, but we had a PlayStation 2, and we love the fact that, like, the PS2 is, like, backwards compatible with the PS1. So we basically just had to hammer this game out over the course of a single day on Sunday, and it was like... It was frustrating, but at the same time fun, because, like, we did enjoy this game, but it was frustrating because, oh... Like, we only get 2 days for a week. We can only get 2 days off from school and general bullcrap. So the fact that we just had to hammer this out in just a single day, just kind of like... I don't want to say it took away from, like, the enjoyment, but it just made it... It would have been a lot more fun had we... It would have been a lot more fun had we been able to just, like, save our progress and just come back to it, because there were some really frustrating moments in this game that took multiple time, like, retries to do. Kind of like the first one. And the stream had to restart? Oh, hold on. Let me check what's on. Let me see what's going on the YouTube side of things. Alright, so the stream health is fine, but yeah. But like the first one, there were many frustrating moments within this game that because we couldn't take a break, we had to keep going, and we had to keep grinding lives, all because we couldn't save our progress. And... But still, I still love this game, just as much as I love the first one. 100%ing the first one, something I'd never plan to do again. Unless it's for charity or something, but, but anyway. Poor bear does not care. Ooh, god, this camera feels very archaic. I think I'll let... Oh yeah, who did the thumbnail? I cannot believe I forgot to put... Who did that? A friend of mine named Kaya. Not Kaya. A friend of mine named Caillou. Well, that's what she goes by. She drew my last profile pic from Discord, and she drew, like, the thumbnail that you see in the chat, and, in the Discord, I will post, like, I guess I will post, like, her, like, who she is, but, she's very busy right now, so good luck getting commissions from her at the moment, and that, plus they're not free, so, alright, so what I want to talk about first, I guess what I want to say is that, let me just get this out of the way first. The first thing I want to say is that I have no intention of stopping streaming. It is something that I greatly enjoy. It is something that... It is a hobby that I really want to continue doing, despite my busy schedule with work life and everything of that nature. And I love talking to you guys, I love interacting with you guys. Even though, admittedly, let's not take this the wrong way, Some of you guys can give me a bit of a headache, but I'm not gonna say that's your fault. That's just me, like, dealing with other stuff in life. But if I'm going to be realistic, and again, I'm not going to say that streaming has to stop, but I have to be honest with the possibility that there may be a period in which I will have to stop streaming. I'm not saying that's going to happen for sure, but I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't been streaming as much lately, because of how, like, weird my, like, schedule was with this job. It's just that, like, being able to make a predictable schedule has become nearly impossible for me, and I'm not sure that's just because I'm, like, still trying to adjust to the whole work life, considering that I've only been in the workforce, or the full-time workforce, for about a few months now, but it's... I don't know what it is, but it's just because of how, like, weird my schedule has been and how hard it has become to, like, make a consistent schedule. It's just... I may have to, like... There may be a time where I will have to stop streaming. I don't want it to come to that, but there's always going to be that possibility in the back of my mind. I sound like Peanut Butter Gamer with a deeper voice. Should I take that as a compliment or or an insult? But anyway... So basically, I work for an informational technology company that isn't exactly known for having, like, the best organization, or at least the best infrastructure. So because of that, it has been a bit difficult to make to do streams, or to even feel like doing streams. And I will say this, a huge chunk of it has been because I've been both physically and intellectually lazy about it, because to kind of just, like, get off some steam with like just some of the, I don't want to say mental problems, but just some of the minor aggravations I deal with at work, I've been going to the gym every other day. At least until about, like, a week ago, because, like, my subscription ended, and because I'm going to be moving soon, I decided to just not, you know what, I'll just pay the fee later to continue my subscription, yada 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 yada, so there goes that. And because I have been working out, it has been a bit, I've been struggling to find the, oh, I did not mean to do that. I've been struggling to find the motivation to do streams. And, oh my god, I played this game in such a long time. And so, and working out is something that I also enjoy doing, but if I really want to have to continue, like, doing streams, I'm not saying I'm gonna have to, like, give up working out, but I'm gonna have to either, like, change my workout schedule, or just, like, flat out work twice as hard to work out and do streaming at the same time. And I feel like that kind of segues into another issue that I've been having. Not I've been having, but an issue that I've been running into is that a friend of mine named Bakuda, who you see in the Twitch side of the chat, I've been trying to... You banana with without the shell. Oh, definitely without. I've been trying to schedule my streams so that we don't collide times, and I guess the naive part of me kept saying that, oh, like, it'll be possible for me to do streaming at the time in which, like, both of us could, like, the benefit of both, that can benefit both of us. But I guess, like, what really bummed me out was that, oh, that's not gonna be possible, I'm gonna be colliding with him, and because, like, all this, like, new stuff I've been doing, and, like, and just me being drained of motivation to do streaming, I just haven't been, like, doing streaming lately. And doing streaming if you're working out. Hey, King Doge. So, well, I guess another factor that there's a huge myriad of factors that led to me, like, losing the motivation to stream. And I guess I'll talk with, like, and I guess I'll segue into, like, probably the biggest one right about now. When I did this channel over the summer, to me, it was awesome. I love the fact that I was like averaging like 35 to 50 viewers a stream. I love that people were giving me like immediate feedback, and I just love the amount of support I was getting. And because I became somewhat arrogant, and I wanted to maintain that like upward incline, I basically started like doing incredibly stupid, oh geez. I basically started doing incredibly stupid things where I felt it was necessary to cut out certain like series I was doing just to like make room for new ones that I think would be more popular. And I basically wasn't taking any priority in the quality of my streams. I was basically taking more priority over in, oh, what would attract more viewers? What would attract more this, that, and so forth. And so because of that, the quality of the streams themselves decreased dramatically. And because of the fact that I noticed that the quality of my streams was decreasing dramatically, I started losing more enthusiasm to the streams because I became increasingly dissatisfied with my work. Whereas I wasn't making proper preparations. The games kept crashing when I wasn't doing any proper testing. I kept getting like soft locked and just like running into problems with certain games that I definitely should have tested out, which I have no idea why I just didn't. Why I didn't just take the time to actually just like do the prepping like I did with like my earlier content. But so basically, I just became incredibly arrogant and stopped caring about the quality of my content, and I stopped like being satisfied with my work because of it. But stupid me just couldn't figure out that the reason why I was so dissatisfied with my work was because I wasn't taking the proper initiative to make sure that my work was fine. And hey, Zachary. And I guess like with that, I'll announce like one thing I'm gonna be doing is that I'm not sure if, well, and I apologize if you guys like enjoy some of these videos, but I'm not gonna be purging every like video or live stream I did on the channel, but I'm going to be purging a lot of videos, and basically it's going to amount to basically 80% of my videos because to be quite frank, I'm dissatisfied with the majority of my work. The last time that I think I have found any satisfaction in the work that I've done was Cuphead. Like, sure, Cuphead just like flat out kicked me in the balls like on multiple occasions, and that one day where I had like a bad day at work kind of just like made me rage quit in the middle of the stream, but I still had fun doing it. I was satisfied with it, and people were also satisfied with it because I felt like I was dedicated to playing it and actually making sure everything worked out correctly. That was even the tiny ones. I already missed a box. Nope. But no, I won't be deleting the Super Luigi games because the Super Luigi games are among the games that I'm most satisfied with. But Tiny Ones, I'm sorry to say, but it's even got to a point where I can't even remember like all of my like subscribers, people that have told me that they've made their day feel better, and I've just hit this humongous dark spot. I did not want to do. Well, I'm doing a casual run, and I usually do casual runs first anyway. I don't really go for gem boxes. But let me just backtrace. I'm gonna be doing a huge purge of like all the content that I'm incredibly dissatisfied with or that I didn't fix, and so that will amount to basically like a good 80% of the videos that I've made, or just the live streams that I've done. And I really want to take this as a, instead of make them private, okay, I'll probably make them private. And I want to take that as, but the reason why I wanted to delete them is not because that I would just want to just purge that memory from my mind, is that I wanted to take it as a reminder that I need to change what I'm doing, because what I'm doing wasn't working. Me being arrogant wasn't working. Me pretending that, oh, everything will just work right off the bat without me doing any proper testing would work. And so basically, I just wanted to take that as a reminder that I need to find what made what made my initial streams, I don't want to say what made them great, but what made people like them. But what was I gonna? I kind of lost my train of thought again. I kind of hate when I lose my train of thought. So I guess I can go into like another factor that kind of just like discouraged me from doing streaming altogether. Oh, hey Carter. I definitely remember Carter. But another problem that I have is that it's just me being incredibly nitpicky about things. Where basically, I think the problem is that I want my streams to be too perfect. Where I'm just basically sitting on this ginormous catalog of games that I enjoy playing, but because of the fact that I have a mechanical keyboard that like likes to make noise, and I don't want people hearing that noise, I basically just restrict what games I want to play. Like, oh, I'd love to play Overwatch. I'd love to play, like, well, I'd love to play Tekken, but I suck at it. I don't think anyone will want to watch me play Tekken. I want to play more Counter-Strike. I want to play more Team Fortress 2. I had a blast playing Team Fortress 2 that one stream I did. Is that there's just, like, a lot of PC games I want to play, but because I'm being nitpicky about, like, how I want the games to sound, I just restrict the games that I play, and that kind of just drives me... That kind of depresses me because I just feel like I'm potentially sitting on a lot of content that I could make, but I don't want to do it because I'm being nitpicky about it, and... It's just, Well, then again, I'm not sure if I want to play more Overwatch because I am growing a little... test them for one stream. I guess I could do that, but I guess, again, that was just me being lazy because I didn't want to, like, take the time to test it out and, like, inconvenience other people after I've already felt like I've inconvenienced them with just poor quality content, and... No, but it's not that... I guess I should reword it. It wasn't necessarily that, like, I was concerned that my viewers would care about keyboard clacking that much, but it was the fact that I cared about it so much, and it's a really weird way of explaining it. It's... Hey, Zachary, it's just... I was just being so, like, picky about it, and I just wanted my streams to be too perfect. Hey, Camden, it's good to see you again. So I didn't know what to do with it. I became just stressed out about, like, well, I can't keep, like, playing, like, emulated games in Mario because I imagine that would just get really boring and repetitive for me. And although I do plan on going back to playing some more Super Luigi games if I can, like, see if I can figure out how to, like, get, like, more mods working or things of that nature. And but yeah, I mean, and have fun. That is true. And speaking of having fun, I guess that does kind of segue into another reason why I kind of lost the motivation to stream for a bit. It's Aiden, how you doing? It's that I was kind of, and do not take this as me blaming you guys for this because that would be completely unfair for me to do so, but I just kind of felt like the streams that I had the most fun doing were the ones that were the least viewed, and that kind of bothered me on a personal level, and that was something... And that's something that's very difficult for... I sound like a spoiled brat saying this, but that was something that was kind of difficult for me to... Not difficult for me to stomach, but it was just kind of difficult for me to accept, because necessarily the things that I have the most fun doing are not going to be like what people are the most interested in. And like, for instance, the Winnie the Pooh stream, oh jeez, I did not mean to do that. The Winnie the Pooh stream was like the most fun, was easily the most fun I had during a stream, but it was barely viewed. And I don't want to say I was hurt, but I was kind of like, wow, I wish people would have, like, seen, like, more people would have seen this, because I'm sure they would have had a blast watching it and watching it continuously. And so the owl was evil. But hey, Emperor Gygus, I just did this level. I'm being stupid. And So I guess I just had to come to terms with just like accepting that like people aren't always going to find what you find interesting or funny or just simply just go along with what you want to do. And sure, having fun should definitely be like the biggest priority, and I'm trying to swallow that sense of pride and just continue to enjoy myself, because I honestly think that's what made the videos that I made earlier so appealing, was that not only did I put more effort into caring about my content, I think it just seemed that I had more fun making it. And I gotta focus on getting these 2 boxes. Yeah, boy! Anyway, don't hit that, please, don't hit that. So yeah, I want to have fun with this again, and it's going to take a lot of effort from me to do so, and it honestly still shocks me that as many people are still watching, like, are even here right now. I just thought, like, basically after, like, not doing any streams for a while, I thought, like, I basically thought that, like, almost no one would be here, despite how admittedly clickbaity and urgent the message seems. But it's just that, like, for some reason I kind of felt that, like, a huge chunk did, but I kind of felt like almost all of my subscriber base had moved on, and I would have felt, well, I wouldn't blame you guys if you did move on, because I haven't been doing anything with this channel. And oh, Corey, there's a stream crash. Serial refresh. Until you feeling the frustration of things, enjoy things versus attention getting. Same goes for art. I honestly thought I was gonna hit that bomb, so. Oh, this Korean candy is delicious, by the way. Korean candy. What is it about, like, Asian and Korean candy? Not Asian and Korean. It's like Japanese and Korean candy. Well, some Chinese candy, but I haven't had very much Chinese candy. Like, what do they do with it? Because, like, the stuff that they make is just plain delicious. Like, and hold on, wait. You just get that box. I want that box. There we go. So, and then there came a point in which I wanted to. I tried getting back into streaming just for a little bit. I think this was like a couple of weeks ago, but I got hit with an asthma attack somehow after. Well, it's not like this is the. It's not like this is the first time this has happened. This has happened like many years ago, where. Like, as a child, I had asthma pretty bad, too, where I had to be, like, on the nebulizer, where there would be times where I have to be, like, on the nebulizer, for, like, every single day, multiple times a day. And sometimes it will periodically come back if I get either, like, some kind of infection, or I just get, like, a cold. So, basically, my asthma came back. And, because of that, I would have to cough, not a lot, but I would have to cough at, like, probably the most inconvenient moments possible, and then it kind of made it annoying to stream because I had to use a push-to-talk bind. But this is when I was streaming Doom, by the way. When I was streaming Doom, I had to use a push-to-talk bind, or I didn't have to, but I wanted to, because I didn't want to be coughing in the microphone, and I had to, like, take a chunk of the time in which I normally stream off, as whereas I usually went for 2 hours, I had to, like, shorten it to an hour and a half, because either I was still feeling sick and I wanted to, like, try doing it to see if it would make me feel better. Shocker, it didn't. And then I just, like, when I got sick, I was like, okay, that's it. I either don't want to touch this until I feel better, or I just don't want to touch this until I'm sure about, like, what I want to do with the channel, because at that point, I just did not know what I wanted to do with the channel. And doing, like, the repeated experiments and things like that, and it was just frustrating because it felt like nothing was working for me, and So I guess with that, I can segue into like what I want to do with the new channel, or what I want to do with the channel in the meantime. I guess the first thing I want to, not necessarily, I guess the first plan I want to have is that when I start streaming again, hopefully that'll be within the next, hopefully that'll be next week. As in, like, next Saturday, because I'm gonna be taking the time to be moving. Like, I'm still in the process of moving to Minneapolis. It's a huge pain in the butt to move with the company that I'm working with, so that's another reason why I haven't been streaming, because of the fact that the company has been so unclear about when I need to move.
By defeating Tiny,
it's kind of, again, it made it a lot less predictable to schedule streams, and that's just one of the huge things that frustrated me about it. So I'm going to try a brand new start this Saturday. And now it's not going to be like this whole grand new thing where I just basically just do like a complete metamorphosis of like the content that I make. It's still going to be me playing video games, and I'm probably just being all talk again. But I want to do more things. I'm going to invest in a camera. I'm going to invest in a webcam. I want to invest in a webcam just to add just a bit more appeal to the streams, because I'm pretty sure, I'm guessing adding some new things to the stream will make it a lot more better. A lot more better. Good job, Paul. You're a great rhetorician. Do one stream every weekend. I guess I could start off with that. Do one stream every weekend. I also want I want to do the podcast. That's something I really wanted to do. I want to do the podcast. I really want to do that. Oh, a morning schedule would be completely impossible for me because I work at, it's a 9 to 5 gig. But yeah, I really want to do the podcast. I love, when I did the podcast when I was in college, granted, it got like no attraction, but that's what I expected that, because we were just like two guys in college who were just bored and wanted to just talk about our political views, and to me that was fun. Even if it was like kind of annoying to like do the editing and like get it uploaded to YouTube just for it to have sound like crap anyway because of the location in which we were recording, it was fun to me. So I want to do the podcast. I really want to do it. A podcast is basically it's basically a talk show. It's basically, imagine, it's a very liberal, not liberal as in politics, but it's a liberal talk show in the sense that you can just do whatever you want with it, and like you're basically listening to people just talk about whatever you're like fits your interest. There's podcasts about politics, science, gaming, geek culture, and I really want to do that, even if it's like something that doesn't necessarily like get a lot of attraction. I want to do a podcast because I enjoy talking to people, I enjoy sharing ideas, and for once it would be kind of nice. Well, even though co-commentaries did kind of like fill this void to an extent, but it didn't really satisfy me to that level. I enjoy having a constant back and forth of like ideas, and I really want to do that especially with Bandicoot, because he and I seem to have fun like talking to each other about a lot of things, especially like when I visit his streams, and we tend to have like very friendly and very fun conversations about things that we agree about, disagree about, and like things that we like about, and I want to kind of do more of that. And since I want to do that, I'm probably not going to be like doing streaming as much. Well, I'm especially not going to be doing that much streaming anyway, because I really want to just like focus on not only work life, but, and I think that kind of brings up another thing. I may have been trying to I may have been trying to bite off a bit more than I can chew. Like, over the summer, I was able to get away with it because I wasn't unemployed at the time, where I was doing like 2 streams a day, 2 hours each. That was manageable because I didn't have anything going on at that time, and that definitely helped with my postgraduate depression. But I think I just can't do that anymore, or anything remotely close to that. And if I try, the only thing I'm going to do is just like tire myself out, and just I'm gonna end up exactly where I am now, where I'm pondering, well, not necessarily pondering, well, yeah, or I'm pondering like what I want to do with my channel and talking about what's the best course of action for it. I should not have done that. Let me just do this real quick. So what I want to start off with doing is that I want to restrict streaming to the weekends only. Because like, there are times where I will go out on like Friday nights. Hey, Dilly Dog, I do remember your name. I go out on like Friday nights. I've been doing that lately, and then it's been fun. I've been going out to movies, to go out to bars. We do all the stupid stuff like that. So I want to start off by restricting streaming to the weekends only. And if I feel that I can, like, I did it again. And yes, I do remember your Rahat. And if I feel like I can handle that bit of workload, I'll probably extend it to doing, okay, on top of like doing streaming on weekends, I'll probably just add like 1 stream in the middle of the week. And then I'll try to add it from there. And then if I feel that I reach a point in which, okay, I'm a little tired, I want to take a break, I'll just scale back again. Because like, and I think, because like I want to get back to being a consistent streamer, because I think what made me so successful, and here I am saying that like I have like 1 million subs or something, but I think what made like my initial stream so successful was that I had a consistent schedule, and it just didn't occur to me that that's what led to no. And I think that's what led to. And it didn't occur to me that the consistency was what led to just like the amount of traffic I was getting. Like, sure, people tell me I like, oh, you have a deep voice, or oh, you're funny, or like, okay, sure, I'll accept those to an extent. But because of how arrogant I was, I just figured that things were just gonna go my way anyway, and I just realized that I just went on a huge tangent. I think I was talking about what I want to do. Oh yeah, I wanted to. Okay, so weekend. It's gonna start off as. Are you serious? Okay, you know. Okay, forget this. I don't want to worry about this anymore. You can have that box. I don't need it. I don't need that box. Anyway, I always thought my voice would be a lot deeper, would be a lot higher in person, but But anyway, I guess I could just talk about another thing I want to do. It's that another thing I want to change, that some people probably do mind this, and I'll have to. I'm sure this is going to bother some people, but hear me out on this. A lot of people enjoyed the fact that my streams were incredibly like clean, where I didn't say anything that resembled remotely close to a swear word. I said them every now and then, but oh my god, I'm gonna sound so childish for saying this. Look, I'm not going to like become complete trailer trash sailor mouth, but I am a foul-mouthed person every now and then, and I find a more enjoyment when I can express myself in the way that I want. Though again, I'm not just gonna become like this person where I'm just dropping F-bombs like every other word. Like, no, I'm not that person, but there are occasions where I will drop a couple naughty words every now. I will drop a couple of words every now and then, and Because like that's just how I express myself, and I feel like, and usually this becomes the case when, or this is the case in real life, but when I feel like people, and I guess it's just like because I'm like my sense of humor and like the way that I tell jokes, but people seem to laugh more when, not necessarily when I swear more, but when I use a bit more explicit language, because that's just like, because a decent chunk of my sense of humor will revolve around the use of explicit language, and again, I'm not gonna just become like, I'm not gonna become like Eminem in his prime, where he just swore like left and right. That's not gonna be me. It's just that there may be there will be some moments in which I will say some explicit things, and if that does bother you, I do apologize, but I will feel that it will increase the quality of my content, but because if I'm not able to express myself in a manner, I won't be able to enjoy myself, and I could have sworn I slid into that gorilla. Are these monkeys, by the way? I think they are. So if that's something that bothers you, I sincerely apologize. It's a lot funny. It's a whole lot funnier when you curse once or twice, in my opinion. And the thing is, I tried to restrict that because I felt that a lot of people enjoyed how clean the content was, and that is true, Bakuda. So if you're bothered by explicit language, I sincerely apologize, but I gotta my mouth needs to sin for just for a few minutes, just for a couple seconds. My mouth needs to sin. It needs to get dirty. It needs a bath. Like, it wants to the satisfaction of having to take a bath. My mouth needs to get dirty. And that was probably oh my god, that was probably like the most unintentionally sexual thing I've said all day. Anyway. Exactly. Like, my mouth needs to sin. Like, it needs a little bit of, it needs to be, like, I need to get in trouble. Like, it's hard not to swear. It's not that it's hard not to swear. It's just that I feel like I'm at my funniest when I can express myself the way I want to exactly. I can be professional if I want to. Like this stream, for instance, I don't think I think I've gone without saying like a bad word. I think the worst word I said was balls, but not gonna go after that. But other than that, I'm fully capable of doing it. It's just that I don't have as much fun when I do it. So I kind of want to just let me be a naughty boy, god darn it. Anyway, so that's another change that's gonna come to my channel. I guess another thing that I kind of want to do is that I guess what was one thing I wanted to talk about? Ooh, excuse me. I lost my train of thought yet again. I think any series that I'm currently in the making of doing right now, I will sorry to say this, but I'm ending that. I'm ending it. Even though I have repeatedly ended series, I know I want to like stop ending series. And oh, well, keep in mind, Kirsten, this is a very impromptu stream. Like, I just did this like purely out of just whim. Everything that I'm saying is just coming off the top of my head, and you know, like, I just did this purely just instinctively. Like, I wanted to do a stream. I felt it was time to just like say what I needed to say, and there we go. Oh, congratulations, Mr. Sophronic. All right, what's the next thing I want to talk about? Oh yeah, I guess I could just finish by saying that, oh, if you enjoyed like me playing Doom, or if you like the idea of like the tour guide, it's going to stop. I'm sorry, Foxy, because like, even though I did enjoy the idea of it, but if I want to like if I want to start over, I feel like I'm just going to have to like just start from scratch, basically. That's basically That's basically the intent of like what I want to get across. I basically want to start from scratch. There may be a time where I will come back to it, and if I do come back to it, it will be me starting completely over. If I want to play Doom again, I'm starting over. If I want to play Kirby Superstar Ultra again, I'm starting over. If I want to play Winnie the Pooh's Home Run Derby again, I'm starting over. I just don't... I'm just sick and tired of just leaving... Well, ow. I'm sick and tired of just, like, leaving stones unturned, and that's very hypocritical of me to say. I got the box gem? Really? And I know it's very hypocritical of me to say at this moment in which I'm completely just abandoning all these, like, things that I did. But... I really want to kill some bad habits. And if I'm serious about killing those bad habits, I want to just like not associate with any of the poor work that I've done. So yeah, this is a hobby, but I just have like a weird problem where I take things a little too serious. I think I've always had that problem. But yeah, I think another thing that I'm going to be doing is that I won't be doing co-commentaries for a while. I know people like enjoyed being with me on the stream, but I really want to find I really want to find what works out for me first before I start like bringing people on to do other streams, because especially when things don't work and when I don't do the proper testing and when I don't do everything correctly, I kind of feel like that's me being a nuisance to them, because I'm kind of wasting their time with stuff, especially when it doesn't work. And trying to do Waluigi of Time made me realize that when I didn't, like, do the testing beforehand to make sure, oh, well, how exactly does this mod work? By the way, I might go back to that. I might go back to Waluigi of Time. Get out of the way, get out of the way, please. Wow, this used to be so easy for me. So yeah, there's gonna be a hold on the co-commentaries for a little bit, because but probably the only thing that I will do that will involve like the commentary of multiple people together is probably the podcast. If I do get around to starting that, and I basically want to figure out... I was going to say figure out what works again, but then I'd be repeating myself. I also want to... I want to try playing more PC games. I want to try playing more games that utilize the mouse and keyboard. And as well as... And I'm not sure if some of you guys have been paying attention to what I've been playing lately, but... I've been playing a lot of Tekken 7. And the reason why I've been playing that is because, well, I enjoy Tekken, but also because I want to start playing fighting games again, but because I enjoy fighting games, especially when I'm decent at them, and also because there's this Dragon Ball Z fighting game that I'm really looking forward to that I want to play, and I basically want to try my hand at streaming fighting games. And I've been really wanting to stream them, but I haven't because I know I just like completely suck at them. And oh god, I'm gonna miss this ramp! No! Anyway. So yeah, I want to try getting good at fighting games. I want to start streaming fighting games, but I need to make sure I get better at them first, because I don't think me just like getting my butthole kicked left and right and just getting comboed all the time and just losing every match I've been in, I don't think that would be very fun to watch. So I want to make sure that I have a solid foothold in the fundamentals of playing fighting games, making sure that I understand like basic concepts such as like dashing, zoning, and just like combo strings and canceling. I just want to make sure I get all that down to a T before I start streaming it. So I want to play more games, definitely. And what's another thing? What's another thing that I was going to talk about? Oh yeah, I want to try playing RPGs again. Or, well, I shouldn't say again, but the one RPG I tried to play for the channel was Pokemon Leaf Green, and that was admittedly way too early in the channel to try to tackle something of that caliber. But I want to try playing RPGs again, and that may be something I will be willing to try a co-commentary thing for, or try going solo in it, but Pokemon Leaf Green didn't work, but because it was such a drastic difference from something like, come on. It was such a drastic difference from something like Super Luigi 64 that it kind of just threw me for a loop, and I just kind of expected, like, oh, I was gonna have enough, like, commentary to just work off, like, right off the bat. And it just didn't work. So I want to try playing more RPGs. And, what's another thing I want to do?
Good day, mates. Dingo dials the name, and Uka and
there was definitely something else I wanted to talk about.
To bring the crystals to them during the ice ages. So give me the goods.
Wow, what was it? There was something like on my mind. I really should have written this down. I don't know why I didn't. I guess another thing I could say, I'm gonna start writing stuff down. I need to start writing stuff down. I can't be too... Then again, my memory has been somewhat reliable over the years. But when it comes to streaming, nope, I need to start writing it down. I guess I could start doing more, like, just relaxing streams. And I guess, again, that's just a result of me taking things a little too seriously, where... Streams from Fortnite. I haven't been playing Fortnite, but I haven't been playing it because I enjoy it. I've been playing it because, like, a friend of mine that I haven't talked to in a while has been playing it, and I basically have fun playing it with her and her friends. But, I could play Paper Mario. But, back to, like, doing more, like, relaxing streams. I just want to, I want to do streams where I'm just, like, playing a game for... Just for the sake of playing it, because I play a lot of games that I play just for the sake of playing it. It's pretty much how I am with Overwatch. It's how I was with just, like, Team Fortress 2, where I just, like, play games just to play them. Like, I'm not interested... Golf is relaxing, but I kind of wanted to avoid playing that a little too much. Also, I could play some Tabletop Simulator, because there are a lot of board games that I do enjoy playing, but I'm not sure if the people that have Tabletop Simulator on my friends list are really interested into, well, I shouldn't say that, but are really interested in playing it all that often. But I want to play more games that are just, like, for the sake of playing them. And why do I keep getting pushed off? Because I either, like, kept wanting to play games that are story-driven or just, like, exactly just, like, progression. I don't know, I should just... I'll just play more games just to relax. And just stream... And just have fun streaming. Play Uno Online. I guess I could start playing more board games. Like, if you have Tabletop Simulator, that is a phenomenal game to have, because basically, if you have Tabletop Simulator, you pretty much, not exactly, but you pretty much have every board game in existence. I guess I could, if I have, like, the means, I will definitely find you a way to get. I'll find a way to get you Tabletop Simulator, because there are a lot of board games that I want to play with you guys, and Jackbox. I guess I could start doing more of that, and I guess the reason why that actually reminds me, the reason why I've been avoiding doing games kind of like I've been avoiding games like, what's that freaking game called? Like Quiplash and like Cards Against Humanity, is because I feared that someone would make a joke that like someone would not take kindly to, and I felt like that would just like be really bad for the channel. And so basically, which I guess I could start doing videos in which I'll have to just like caption like, oh, these are either not safe for work or they're just like for mature audiences, because I do have fun doing those too. I could even like, yeah, I do have fun doing those, so definitely. I'll start doing like games that are like included in the Jackbox and like Quiplash and Cards Against Humanity. So yeah, I want to do more of that too, and I'm really hoping this like, I will try to give like a warning in the thumbnail, definitely. I honestly don't know why I'm going for these box gems. This is not how I played the first Crash Bandicoot. Oh, it just kills you, even if you have an aqua. Oh, never mind. I always found it weird that someone in this time zone or this like time period is just walking around with a flamethrower. I always found that just really weird. You just focus on this because this part is kind of annoying. So yeah, I want to change the way I've been doing the channel. Pop-Pom is no more Mr. Nice Guy. It is a new year. It is a new Pop-Pom. I mean, I want to do new things with the channel and my life. I want to. I just came from here. Why do I have such a crap memory?
Crash, Coco.
Shut up, Aku Aku.
Retrieved a levels crystal, then you will find a floating clock when you enter for the second
Oh, time trials. I forgot all about these.
Floating clock activates time trial mode. Grab it, and the clock will start ticking. Race
Anyway,
for the end to get the best time. But beware.
I guess I can start thinking of the benefits of doing like weekend streams, really starting off with that, because I guess one thing that I periodically did during or at least like while trying to start a new series, that I would basically try to do if I wanted to start a new series, I would basically like do everything that day. I would plan what series I want to do. I would plan what series I want to do. I would make the thumbnail, the video description, the title. I would do that all over the course of a single day. And hey, I did say sometimes. And like when I tried to like, especially doing multiple streams in a day, especially when I started 2 new series in a single day, that just became very tiring. And like making new thumbnails and then trying to stream like at least 3 times a week with like the whole new job and everything, nope, got tired of it, didn't want to do it anymore, lost all enthusiasm. So I guess if I start doing like weekend streams, it'll give me a lot more time. It'll give me a lot more time to just like actually make sure things work. Like I'll have time to test again. I'll have. So whoever suggested like doing weekend streams only, thank you, because that'll definitely be something that'll just like give me like a lot of help in terms of streaming. So and I guess I thought I wasn't going to have time to talk about this, but I guess I should, but another reason why I kind of needed a break from streaming, and this is like all like the whole work stuff aside, is that I'm gonna go into this. I cannot believe I'm gonna go into this, but growing up, I wasn't the happiest child. I didn't live in the happiest home. I didn't live like I grew up relatively unhappy. And like as of recently, like just going forward with the whole new job and everything, and this was basically just like a huge step forward for me, because now that I'm able to, like be on my own and like fend for myself and actually just handle things like on my own and actually like prove to like everyone around me, especially my parents, well, especially my father, that I can take care of myself, that basically changed our relationship for the better. And because of that, and it's not that my father never cared for me. My father definitely, he was in my life. It's just that growing up, we had a very strained relationship because of like, and that was because of the fact that he was someone who basically watched his father abandon him, and that kind of just like really fucked him up on the inside. And oh, there goes the first swear word. And so over like Christmas and winter break, the two trips that I took for Christmas, Thanksgiving and Christmas break, they really meant a lot to me because they brought forth a lot of closure that I've been looking for years. So basically just to like think about like my life and how I should carry myself forward with like this new outlook I have of myself, streaming kind of needed to take a back seat because I kind of like wanted to figure out who I was again, and because I've kind of spent like a huge chunk of my life trying to make sure that what I'm doing pleases other people. So I want to make sure that, or I wanted to take time to figure out how I can make sure that I can live my life for me. And I wanted like some time to think about that. And so yeah, these two trips were incredibly important to me. And so yeah, just Pawpom, I'm just basically, Pawpom's just figuring out how he wants to conduct his life now, and not necessarily because I feel like I've already figured out like how I want to conduct myself. Some people spend their entire lives doing this, but it's just that, ow, was not expecting that. It's just that I want to take more steps forward. And I'm ready to start taking steps forward, and I'm ready to start streaming again when I have the time. I want to start. I just want to start like having fun again. I'm finally ready to start enjoying myself, is what I'm trying to say. So that's, I guess that ends like another reason why I had to like stop streaming for a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on with me lately. You know, work kind of sucks, but it's kind of awesome because I'm getting paid. But But other than that, I guess I just want to say, like, and to me, it's kind of surreal that, ooh, excuse me, surreal that I was expecting like 7 people to show up to this, and yet I got as high as like 15, and to me that's insane, because after not having done anything with this channel for such a long time, it just kind of just makes me feel, geez, I don't remember this boss being this hard. It makes me kind of feel happy that you guys are still willing to support me after all this. So I really want to say thank you. I really want to say thank all of you for supporting me. I want to say thank you to my moderators. I want to say especially Kirsten, Foxy, Kuda, Camden. I want to say thank you to Bakuda for just like giving me tips of what to do with my channel, just being a cool guy to talk to, and I just want to thank, I really want to thank all of you, and I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna do the whole stereotypical, oh, I don't know where I'd be without you guys, but you guys certainly help to make it all better, and there's honestly like no way I have of just like ever repaying you guys for that, and curse and stop. So I really want to say thank you to you guys, and I want to continue like making you guys like doing things that you guys enjoy, and I want to continue making you guys laugh. I want to continue I did the same thing over and I did the same thing again. So yeah, I want to get back to that point where I'm enjoying myself, where you guys are enjoying what I'm doing, and well, you guys are enjoying yourselves, but so yeah, I really want to thank you guys, and I'm hoping you guys are willing to be a bit more patient with me moving forward, because things are going to be a little slow, just for a little bit. Again. And I'm just hoping you guys aren't too mad at me for just being as lazy and just apathetic about how I've just been treating the channel. So with all this, I'm ready to move forward. So yeah. I really don't want to call this a celebration. Really don't want to... that kind of reminds me, I kind of felt like I just straight up half-assed my 100 sub celebration stream, because it took me, I didn't do my 100 celebration stream until I was at like 500 subs. And even then, I felt like the video I did wasn't enough. I really suck at doing these kind of videos where like, oh, I want to do like a thank you video or like a thank you stream. I really suck at those kind of videos, so I'm going to need like help figuring out what I want to do for that video. And no, Serial, I'm not doing Roblox. I don't want to touch Roblox for a long time. But yeah. Thank you guys. I really appreciate all of you guys. I really do. So now if you guys want to... Now here's what... I have like a small request for you guys. I basically want you guys to like... I want you guys to potentially probe more thoughts out of me by basically just asking questions with everything that I said in consideration. I want you guys to ask me questions about what I want to do about X, like just basically things that you think that I just didn't like give any thought. By all means, please ask me questions. I'm begging for you guys to ask me questions because they're really an important way to gauge things that I potentially have overlooked. So, and it may even help me like remember things that I potentially wanted to talk about but didn't because I forgot about it because I didn't write it down. But yeah, and I really don't want to end the stream early like I did with all. I actually kind of want to make it 2 hours, but I'm only at like an hour and 3 minutes, and I think I've covered the entirety of what I wanted to talk about. I thought it was gonna take a lot longer than that, but what can you do? Man, that was a lot off the chest. Wanted to talk about. Could have been a lot better had I like written it down. But what's my favorite thing about streaming? My favorite, I guess, we're probably never gonna finish that heist, Victor. My favorite thing about streaming is the fact it's just that knowing that it's probably knowing that I've helped make someone's day, like, better. Like, I really enjoyed it when people told me that, then again, this didn't happen very often, but I really enjoyed when people told me that, oh, I really enjoy your streams, they calm me down, they help me go to sleep or something, I don't know, you make my day a lot better, and I really enjoyed that. I just really enjoyed knowing that I helped make someone's day better by just doing what, to me, was one of my favorite hobbies, which is essentially playing video games, and plus, because playing video games has always been, like, my favorite form of escapism. It really has, and so yeah, I think that's my favorite part about, like, doing streams, just that knowing that I'm making someone laugh, someone's enjoying what I'm doing, and going back into the whole broody stuff, and when I felt that, like, people weren't enjoying what I was doing, that's when I kind of just became unenthusiastic about my streams. So that's really, it's just knowing that I did something that made someone, like, smile or just take interest. To me, that's what made it worth it, and yeah, and I really want to get back to that point where I can honestly know that people are enjoying what I'm doing. And not necessarily saying so as a means to just make me feel better, like, I actually want to... Like, I want to be able to, like, tell that, yeah, I definitely put effort into this and I know someone enjoyed it. I want to get back to that point. I really do. I don't even know what my view count is right now. That's kind of a habit I picked up again that I swore that I was going to, like, not do, which is constantly look at my view count, but yeah, I mean, I want to get back to that point, and I guess that's, like, the #1 thing that I enjoy about streaming, is just knowing that I made someone better. Or not me, I made someone better. I made someone feel better. So yeah. And if I want to do that, I just need to just, like, swallow my pride and just accept that things aren't going to go my way. So yeah. And to me, the fact that I have, like, 12 viewers after just, like, not doing anything for such a long time, to me that's crazy. That's insane. So yeah, by all means, please continue these kinds of questions, because if you got any questions that you want to ask me about, like, any other plans that I have, please, by all means, ask them, because I want to hear what you're thinking about, and I want to tell you what I'm thinking about what you're thinking about. I wouldn't really consider this a podcast, because to me, a podcast has a lot more, well, I can't even say that. To me, a podcast has, like, a sense of structure in the sense that you have a general layout of what you want to talk about, and I guess I view... I guess I view podcasts as more of an exchange of ideas rather than just, like, talking about, like, what someone's plans are. And like, sure, I guess you can consider the whole, like, well, it nails the point of just, like, being able to just, like, ramble and talk for an extended period of time. But to me, it doesn't feel like a podcast. Exactly, it's more of a vlog, in a way. It's a vlog. Oh, good lord, I've made a vlog. Slippy. Oh, Slippy isn't here. Who's there? Just keep on going with this. I guess I can talk about, well, let me try to think about something that, let me try to go over, any things that I may have missed. I guess, like, I guess something I kind of want to try my hand at is doing movie reviews. And yeah, that's really stereotypical of me. That's not stereotypical, but that could be cliche, but one thing I do love doing is like criticizing the ever-loving crap out of movies. And as well as like telling you like why I enjoyed a particular movie, especially when I do it with another person. That's something I really have a lot of fun doing. Like, to me, like nothing, to me, stop saying to you, Paul, Jesus. When I watch like a movie that really sucks, and I mean really, really sucks, to me what makes that worth it and just like super fun is just to tear that movie to shreds. Especially when I do that with another person. Oh my goodness, I love tearing movies to shreds that I hate. I find so much enjoyment out of doing it. Even more so than, like, I find more enjoyment out of doing that than telling you, like, about a movie that I legitimately enjoyed. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that I'm gonna go out of my way to look for movies that I found deplorable. I'm not gonna go watch stuff like The Room, or like these intentional, or like these like not Walt Disney, Pixar or DreamWorks knockoffs. That doesn't mean I'm gonna go out of my way to just watch those and tell you what I thought about them, but it's just gonna be a genuine... It's just going to be a genuine... It's going to come from an actual place. It's going to come from a real place. It's not just going to be something that I do or tackle just for the sake of views. Like, I want my, like, reactions and, like, I want my thoughts and opinions to be, like, true. Oh no, I lost the thing. Oh no, I blew myself up, but... So yeah, I guess I want to do that too, and I guess that could, like, be, like, a segment from the podcast. And as much as I would love to talk about The Last Jedi right now, I don't want to do it because... I'm not sure who has seen it, who hasn't seen it. I really don't want to spoil the movie or ruin the experience for anyone who wants to see it, so... I guess I could try, like, doing a, I guess I could try, I guess I could try doing something like that, but... It needs to... And really, I really wanted to segue into just talking about, like, The Last Jedi. I really did. But... I don't want to do it, because, like Bakuda, he doesn't want spoilers. I'm not going to spoil it for him. I guess maybe, like, as a bit of a practice thing, what I could do is I could talk about, like, what I thought about Episode 7. Because there was, like, a lot I had to say about that movie, and, oh, man. Like, it was a decent Star Wars movie, but it had problems. It had problems. Then again, so did Episode 8, but, let's hear it with Episode 7. Are you sure you guys want me to do that? Does anyone want to see Episode 7? Or, not anyone see Episode... Anyone want to hear me talk about Episode 7? When you think about, when you put it that way, I think the only movie that really, again, really, like, I really feel like, okay, screw it, I'll talk about Episode 7. Screw this, I'll talk about Episode 7. I wasn't exactly excited, or as excited, upon finding out that a new Star Wars movie, like a new Star Wars, like, trilogy was coming out, because, like, I had already been broken the prequels already broke me. The prequels already destroyed, like, they destroyed me. Like, I saw, like, the original Star Wars movies first. Like, I saw episodes 4, 5, 6 when I was incredibly young. They were cool. They were awesome. And then I saw Phantom Menace, and I felt like... But then, because I was a stupid little kid, I enjoyed Phantom Menace because I was like, oh, it's a new Star Wars movie. Things are cool. There's laser swords and gunfights and battleships and terrible dialogue that I didn't care about. Because, like, me and my older brother, we just made a giant meme out of that movie because, like, there were like over the summers, we just watched that movie every single night because, like, there was just so many things we found hilarious about it, and we just had fun watching it. So I guess, like, Phantom Menace kind of, like, holds a... Phantom Menace is kind of important to me, even though I do kind of realize how much of a poorly written and just bad movie it was. And then, like... And then I saw episode 2, and good googly moogly was that movie just dumb. It was dumb. It was bad. It had bad acting. I felt like I wanted to punch whoever played Anakin. I wanted to punch George Lucas for writing it. I wanted to just... episode 2, it just didn't need to happen. And then episode 3 was okay. Granted, I still didn't think it was that great of a movie, but it was okay. It was somewhat acceptable to me. So because of that, I wasn't exactly enthusiastic about episode 7 because, like, well, I know it's gonna be better than what George Lucas is gonna do, but I'm sure it'll be fine, but it kind of had me scared because, like, okay, well, I already know I've been freaking just bent over a pinball table and just taken advantage of because of the prequels, but I was very skeptical, and when I watched episode 7, I walked away somewhat satisfied because, and I'm not sure, but is that a bad thing to say that, oh, well, I enjoyed this movie because it wasn't the prequels? So then, hey Adam, when I took episode 7, episode 4 the best, let's do it again. I will say that I did think that episode 7 was another New Hope, and I will say I was kind of disappointed because I did feel it felt like the territory was too safe. I really didn't feel like they did anything all too new with it. I just felt like they just played it safe, which to me isn't necessarily a bad thing, but at the same time, I really would have appreciated had they, like, done something new with it. Like, especially when you consider how many books, comics, like, just things in the Star Wars universe that they could have, like, took inspiration from. Am I called Pawpom? Do you like people calling me Pawpom? Really? People can call me Matt or Pawpom, and it really doesn't matter. I actually started... My YouTube channel actually used to be called Matt L before I changed it to Pawpom. But going back on Star Wars, it wasn't necessarily a bad thing that they played it safe. I just wanted them to do something more with it, because, especially when you consider how much, like, Star Wars material is out there that they could have drawn inspiration from. But anyway, so I guess I can start with, like, my impression of Rey. And I'm gonna have to be honest, I honestly don't like Rey as a character. I don't like her. And I'm not gonna be one of the people I'm not gonna be one of the guys who says that she's a Mary Sue, but she's basically, in my opinion, Rey is someone who... Rey is basically what people think Connor from Assassin's Creed 3 is. To me, she's just this very... She's this very, like... I don't want to use boring, because I think that's just a very basic way of describing it. She's a very... Other than that, she's just this character who wields a bow staff, and who's, like, from this desert planet and has to survive for food. There's really nothing to her character. She doesn't interest me, like, the same way, like, Luke or... even Anakin had, like, more, like, depth to him. And I hated Anakin, and I just feel like she doesn't have like any depth to her. Like, does she have any hobbies? Does she have any like personal interest? Like, does she like I don't see any of that from her. And I felt like they could have like done something with that whole like cringy line she did in episode 7. It's like, oh, I've never seen this much green in all the galaxy. But okay, couldn't they have at least made her someone who's just like fascinated with nature, considering that she's never been around it for most of her? Exactly, she's a robot. To me, she's a robot. I don't feel anything from her. And Daisy Ridley's acting is also pretty bad. I cannot believe I just did that. And I don't want to look. I don't want to say she's a bad actor because I may have seen another movie with her in it, but didn't know it was her. So I'm not going to say she's a bad actor. But her as Rey, I just don't like her. I really don't. And which really rubs me in the wrong direction, because this is who your main character is, and it could just be bad directing as bad acting. Maybe, but I don't think the movie was badly directed because I enjoyed Finn's character. I enjoyed the direction they took with Kylo Ren until they chickened out in episode 8. But I enjoyed what they did with Kylo Ren. But Rey, like who are you? Like, what do you do? Like what is your purpose? Like tell me you like kittens or snowboarding or something. Like, just like, what do you do? Like, you just exactly. She just stares at stuff and just says words. And okay, I guess I can go with like another problem I have with the movie. I guess I can go with while this is fresh in my mind, I'm just gonna go right into it. For me, Starkiller Base was the absolute worst part of the movie for several reasons. The first is that it completely shat on the Death Star. To me, like, the Death Star is arguably one of the, if not the most iconic weapon in all of science fiction. And here you have them, like, bring out these blueprints for something that's already built, or something that's already, like, in effect. This thing that not only it completely dwarfs the Death Star. It just, like, it completely just, like, it shits on it in every conceivable way. And what makes it, like, also frustrating is that it gets destroyed in the same movie. So you had this thing that, I'll go into the impractical nature of it, aside from the fact that it can destroy multiple planets at once in a bit. But you had this thing that can destroy multiple planets at a single time. The Death Star couldn't even do that. And wipe out the entire Republic at once? Just to have it destroyed in a single movie? Like, yeah, I get it. They had to do it just to, like, to make sure they had, like, everything new to start from, but, like... And it kind of just changed my expectations of the movie. Or, like, what the next two movies in the trilogy are gonna be, because... Like, what are they gonna have by episode 9? Are they gonna have something that can destroy entire galaxies? Like, to me, that just, like, it completely ruined... That, to me, completely ruined the... Just, like, the sense of, like, pacing and urgency that was going to be in, like, the new trilogy. Like, I hated Starkiller Base, so I guess I can just go into, like, why I thought, like, the concept of it was so stupid. The first was that if it was going to be their intention to just, like, destroy multiple planets at once, why not just build multiple Death Stars? Or better yet, why not just build multiple Death Stars that just completely... that not only fix the error, with the thermal exhaust pipe from the original Death Star, why not just make multiple of them? You could have... They didn't have the money? Bullcrap. And I'm gonna go into that later why. And I'm going to go into that later in a bit. Lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, because like one thing that's really stupid about Starkiller Base is that it's built into an entire planet, but it also uses a star as its power source, which, okay, it makes sense in a way, to an extent. The first problem I have with that is that, the fact that it's using a star as its power source is that, okay, if you drain the star to its entirety, what happens to the planet? Because for many planets, a neighboring star is often its center of gravity, so what would happen to the planet gravitational-wise? Or basically, what would happen to that, like, whole entire solar system if that star just went away? And someone did, like, address a grievance that I had with the fact that potentially I had a problem with Starkiller Base using, like, absorbing the entire star, because I figured that if the star is completely gone, there goes the source of heat. So, and it kind of, like, confused me as to how no one was freezing to death, and someone did explain to me that it would take a little bit of time for the heat to escape that atmosphere. But even then, I still have a hard time just buying the general concept of that, like, the planet just somehow maintains its stability with that star gone. And since the neighboring star is gone, the weapon is just rendered completely useless. Like, yeah, I get it, they wanted to use it just to destroy the Republic, but why build such an ad hoc weapon that's capable of so much, that's just capable of just that much destruction? It's really something that really bothered me, and then there comes the issue that I have with the First Order itself. Like, again, I kind of have an issue with them being, like, just basically Nazis, but at the same time, Star Wars has always been relatively campy, but, like, could they have not gone with, like, an organization that just didn't blatantly resemble Nazis? Like, could they... On top of that, where the fuck did the Order even come from? Like, where? Like, they just kind of showed up, and, like, how did this, like, organization amass this amount of support and funding? With one, not only the Empire being dead, but with two, the public just not knowing about it. Like, sure, someone can make the argument that, oh, since Luke was gone, well, no, I was gonna just, no, I'm not gonna accept that. Because the Jedi Temple was still going. But they do, because they just show up. They're just there. At least with the Empire, and they did explain this in the they did kind of go into this with the prequels. The Empire was kind of forged from just like Palpatine's previous political career and his control over the Senate. You can at least explain that the Empire came from that. So, like, where did the First Order even come from? Like, they just... It really bothers me as to how they're just there. Bye-bye, Rahat. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate you being here. And... I guess that's another problem I have with the movie. What's another problem I have with the movie? And I guess that's really all I can think of at the moment. I mean, sure, a lot of people had a problem with, like, Kylo Ren's crossguard on a lightsaber, which I didn't really mind that, because one of the cooler things I found about the books, even though I never read them, or the comics, is knowing that people had, like, different kinds of lightsabers. Like, there was, like lightsabers that were basically just, like, two lightsabers fused into one, so... How did C-3PO get his red arms? And, one sec, I need to focus on this race. I'm tired of playing it. Giddy up! We need a lightsaber. And, I lost my train of thought. I guess I can say those are the two biggest problems I have with the movie, and so I don't like Rey's character. Really don't. And I didn't like what they did with Starkiller Base. I didn't like how they completely shat on the Death Star, which is why which is one of the reasons why I liked Rogue One so much, because they made the Death Star terrifying again. They made Darth Vader. They made, in my opinion, the best scene ever in Star Wars. Where basically just like, I'm not gonna spoil it because I'm not sure if anyone's seen like Rogue One yet. But the scene with Darth Vader, in my opinion, that's my favorite Star Wars scene, period. Like, they completely nailed how... Wow. They completely nailed what a terrifying force he was in that, and... Rogue One was... Rogue One... To me, Rogue One kind of gives me the impression that the future of, like, good Star Wars movies is going to be in these spin-offs. Because Rogue One was just... It was great. I loved Rogue One. And to me, it kind of proved that a Star Wars movie, you can make a great Star Wars movie without putting too many, with fewer than 2 lightsabers. To me, that was awesome. And the fact that they managed to pull that off, like, I've really enjoyed Rogue One. If you haven't seen Rogue One, by all means, watch it. It's a good Star Wars movie. No, no, no. Here's why I feel the executives were focused on the main storyline, allowed the creators... It's on the main storyline, allowed creators to do spin-offs. Which, I guess, but... eh. And, like... I will say this, if you had problems with Episode 7, you're going to have problems with Episode 8, but Episode 8 is not a bad movie. It's just that... It could have been so much better, but they chicken out on so many things. It could have been way better. And that's really all I'm gonna say about Episode 8 without spoiling it, but yeah, Episode 7, it didn't suck. That's really all I can say about it. I guess J.J. Abrams is a decent, I'm putting this in air quotes, a decent Star Wars director, because the cinematography is good. It's really good. I actually really enjoyed the cinematography here. There was no freaking constant blue screen, green screen crap that George Lucas pulled. The movie actually looked good. And I do enjoy Finn's character, and I'm not saying that because he's black. And I do enjoy how they did treat the, like, older characters. The action scenes are really good. Especially the scene with Finn. Oh, good lord. Especially Finn's action scenes. In my opinion, Finn had my favorite action scenes. And I was really disappointed with the, like, final lightsaber battle in the end. It drove me nuts, even though they do explain it. Even though they do explain how a girl who's never wielded a lightsaber somehow manages to beat a guy who's had years of formal training with a lightsaber. I'm still not buying that, no matter... I thought the double jump was gonna work. Like, I'm sorry, but I will never buy, no matter how much you explain it to me, I will never buy Kylo Ren being beaten by Rey in that first lightsaber duel. I won't buy it. Because it doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. It never will. Finn's real-life parents realized he had a role until didn't realize he had a role until the premiere. He just told him he was a stormtrooper. That's actually pretty cool. That must be like one heck of a surprise for your parents. Oh no, I should not have blown that up. I forget it. But her midichlorian count. Shut up, Serial. But yeah, I'm sorry, like, no matter, like, you can say force balance, whatever. But it will never, that doesn't, no, it just doesn't. Okay, like, okay. Minor spoiler, but it's not like something like major. All I'll say is that Kylo Ren does get reprimanded for losing to Rey. But the reason why I still had a problem with that is that he's really only explaining what happened. He's not explaining how it happened. Or maybe the movie did explain it, but I was just being too pig-headed to really pay attention to it, because to me that just, it will never make sense. So yeah, so episode 7. It wasn't the prequel. It wasn't the prequels. But I feel that shouldn't be the standard for what defines a good Star Wars movie. It not being the prequels should not be the standard. Because it basically just lowers our expectations to the point where we'll just be willing to accept anything so long as George Lucas's name is not directly tied to it. Ah, cereal, that's a spoiler. I don't really want to get past this level, but But yeah, I am hopeful about the future of Star Wars, but not in the main trilogies. I want to see more spin-offs, because to me that's where the cool stuff is. I want to talk about I really want to talk about The Last Jedi too, but I can't because of spoilers. I don't hate the prequels. It's just that it's episode 2 that I completely loathe. Like, Phantom Menace made me laugh as a kid, so I'm gonna give it a pass. And episode 3 was actually a decent move, but I don't want to go that far. Episode 3 was an okay movie, but episode 2 was just unforgivable. Unforgivable. And I missed your comments. I need to make the freaking chat bar small. I need to make this chat so small. I mean, look at this thing. It's huge. Look at how big the comments are. I completely missed the second half of Bakuta's comment because it scrolled up too fast. Ugh. But anyway, I'm not gonna hate you if you didn't hate the prequels. I'm not gonna hate you for that.
Now you're on my time, you little
I hate sand.
Give me the crystals.
I'm getting White Castle because I don't care if I'm spending money. I want to indulge in greasy miniature hamburgers. I'm hungry. I want some White Castle. I want some White Castle. Yeah, I go to the. I still love going to the movie theater. I really do. I love going to the movie theater. I love going to the movies. I really like. Sure, there's the whole, oh, you could just watch everything online. Yeah, and yeah, you could do that. But to me, there's still something fascinating about just going to a movie theater, especially when you go with other people. There's just like, I just love the atmosphere of going to the movies. There we go.
My time is up. But yours soon will be too.
Someone eat popcorn and cough directly into my ear. Actually, when was the last time I went to the movie theater? Oh yeah, I think I went... No, the last time I went to the movie theater is when I saw The Last Jedi, and before that, I saw Coco. But I highly recommend going to see Coco. Coco is a fantastic movie. You don't have to be Mexican to enjoy it. Though it does kind of help to understand Mexican culture a little bit, but just watch Coco. It's a freaking good Disney movie. If you like Disney movies, just go watch Coco, please. Just go watch it. Theaters are expensive. I will give you that, Foxy. Oh, that freaking Saw movie was bleh. Now that I think about it, it was just bleh. It was just bleh. I'd give that movie like a solid 6. It was alright. It was okay. And you get an assigned seat? Screw that. No problem, Bandicoot. It was good to see you again. I'll be joining you Thursday night. I will try. I will try. I can't make any promises, but I will definitely try. Oh heck, if you want to talk about a movie that was an experience, watch freaking. You gotta watch, like, you had to watch the Batman movies in IMAX. There was no other way you could do it. You had to watch the Batman movies in IMAX. You just had to. Because the Batman trilogy, the Christian Bale Batman trilogy in IMAX was just, it was just great. It was just good. Probably one of the most fun times I've ever had going to the movie theaters when you watched those movies in IMAX. It was just fan-freaking-tastic. I love the Christian Bale trilogy, even though I do admit the Christian Bale Batman he's a terrible Batman, but he's a great Bruce Wayne. But yeah, you had to watch. Oh my god, Batman vs Superman was freaking stupid. Batman vs Superman was just stupid. Now that I think about it, most DC movies. Well, I shouldn't say that because I haven't seen a lot of them, but the DC movies I've seen for the most part, with the exception of the Dark Knight trilogy, they've been stupid. They've been stupid. All right. Suicide Squad made me want to commit suicide, and Batman vs Superman was just dumb. Good lord. And Avatar and IMAX. When you say Avatar, do you mean the James Cameron Avatar or the Last Airbender Avatar? Suicide Squad was just good. That movie just did not need to exist. Had 45-minute fight scenes. I heard about those fight scenes. Okay. You want to know what the biggest problem with DC is at the moment? Is that all of their movies, they play it way too safe. Especially with the villains. Because I will say this now, and I will always agree with it. In my opinion, Marvel has better heroes, but DC, easily has better villains. DC has way better villains. When are we gonna see a Superman movie with Darkseid in it? When are we gonna see, are we gonna see movies about Slade or Deathstroke? They need more villains, and they need more. I don't know. Maybe I just really want to see Darkseid because I freaking love Darkseid as a villain. I love Darkseid. I haven't seen Justice League yet, and so I was in the end of Justice League. Okay, sure. Are we ever gonna see a Teen Titans movie? Are we ever gonna see one of those? Because I don't know how it would be handled. Hopefully it's not Teen Titans Go, but are we gonna see a Teen Titans movie, a legitimate Teen Titans movie, one that actually kind of emulates the violence and craziness of the comics? I want dat Teen Titans. Teen Titans Go movie. Screw you, Josh. Oh, I gotta go all the way back here. Jesus. I mean, hopefully when they incorporate Darkseid, I hope they just don't have him looking like freaking Bruce Willis, like they had Thanos for the new Avengers movie. Why does Thanos look like he does? He looks like all of the memes that has been made about how he looks are just freaking hilarious. But to me, more than anything, he looks like Bruce Willis. He looks like Bruce Willis. Like, put the helmet back on, Jesus. I want DC to be on the same par as Marvel. I mean, you know what? Here's what they should do. If DC wants to be on the same par as Marvel, they either need to get better writers or stop making live-action movies altogether. Because, being totally honest, the best DC stuff you can watch are some of their animated movies, like Batman Under the Red Hood. Yeah, it's comic booky as hell, but it's freaking good. Make more of that stuff. It's good. Oh my god. Just make some more. Just make some animated movies and just release them in theaters. And tell them, hey, like your retarded little kid is gonna enjoy this, and parents should too, because it's got all the action and decent writing you could want. Like. Start making, make... Okay, Killing Joke sucked, but just, make some more animated movies! Just do that! The thing goes... Oh my god, you got that stuck in my head again. That song is a guilty pleasure of mine. You could sue me later. It makes me laugh every time I hear it. I like that song. It just makes me laugh. Oh, really? Okay, fine. I've heard The Flash is a decent show. I have heard... I haven't seen Wonder Woman yet, but I've heard that Wonder Woman's actually a pretty decent, I was gonna say DC movie. Well, then again, I don't want to say I'm not a fan of watching shows, because I do to an extent. I just don't do it anywhere near as much as I want to. I think the last show that I watched was the last two shows that I watched were Stranger Things and The Punisher. The Punisher was really good, by the way. I highly recommend it. The TV show, not the crappy movies. Stop shooting me! Oh, I forgot I can do little aileron rolls. By the way, these are not. Why did this? These are not barrel rolls. These are aileron rolls. So why? I blame Star Fox. Darn Star Fox, breeding an entire generation of bad pilots. Just get the last point, please. Just get the last boom. I mean, this does take place in World War I serial, so you aren't entirely wrong. You aren't entirely wrong. Crash Movie Master on PC when? Never. Speaking of remasters, I want Jak and Daxter to come back. but not as like, oh, it's just another Jak and Daxter game. No, like call it Mar, because that's real. Well, that's kind of a well. I'm not. It's a spoiler, but if you haven't played Jak 3, the game's like over a decade old at this point. Like, I call it Mar, because like Jak 4 Mar, like do that and make it good. And have all the platformy and shooty, the stuff that I liked. I hate these levels, by the way. They're not fun. They're not very fun. I mean, well, I never played the PS3 trilogy. Well, was it really even a trilogy on PS3? But I heard it was actually... I heard the PS3 games were actually pretty good. For some reason, I just never got around to playing them, but I don't know what they tried to do. I think they tried to reboot it, but they screwed up. Big time. That's all I know. They just screwed up. I think let's screw the box gem on this level. I'm just gonna keep going. Stream's almost over anyway. Just do a backflip. No. I'm not saying this should happen for a game of a caliber or as large as like Jak and Daxter, but you did kind of remind me of something. Considering the success of Sonic Mania, where do you think that's going to what do you think that's gonna do for like older franchises? Do you think like more devs are gonna start hiring like professional fans to make like these like really good and games that appeal to like older fan bases? Because if Sega and Nintendo did that, that would just be like nothing but good. Like, well, I mean, Nintendo can do it, but they just don't want to. But Sega is sitting on so many good old franchises they could just like hire professional fans to make. Like Streets of Rage, Rizstar, Gunstar Heroes, Outrun, Shinobi. Like, they're sitting on so many Knights. They're sitting on so many old franchises. Like, and yeah, I am doubtful that it will happen, but it would just be nothing but good for them to do it at least. Oh, good thing I had the mask. And go. By the way, if you're a huge fan of Streets of Rage, by all means, play that freaking like Streets of Rage remake fan game. It's freaking fantastic. And I guess another like fan game that I really enjoyed was Sonic After the Sequel, which is honestly still my favorite 2D Sonic game of all time. Yes, a fan game ends up being my favorite game in a franchise. Go figure. To make a truckload of money, most companies won't care.
So, Crash Bandicoot, we meet again. Uka Uka and Dr. Cortex want me to teach you.
What happened to your teeth?
Well,
There is a Streets of Rogue game. It is on Steam.
To my mechanics since our last encounter. So back off or be deleted.
Speaking of Street Fighter, I tried getting good at Street Fighter. Well, I bought Street Fighter 4 and just immediately jumped into online without like practicing too much and got my asshole shredded, so no surprise there. But considering that I'm like getting a bunch of fighting games because I want to start getting good at them, I might just buy Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. I think after this level, I think I'm just gonna end it because because it's pretty much nearing towards the end time. But yeah, I really want to. I just want to get I want to get good at fighting games again. I want to start playing fighting games again. I miss being good at Melee. I miss being somewhat decent at Tekken, which is why I bought Tekken 7. I want to beat people up in online games. I keep forgetting about Skullgirls. I have Killer Instinct, but for some reason I'm scared to hop online in that game. But which to me is kind of strange, because to me Tekken is a way more technical fighting game than Killer Instinct, and yet I have a somewhat decent rank with one character on Tekken. So I don't know why, but I'm just scared to hop online for Killer Instinct. Maybe because since Killer Instinct's been out longer, there's just gonna be nothing but a bunch of freak beasts online. And what the hell? Yeah. I don't know, because like when I'm playing with someone on the same level as I am in a fighting game, I have a lot of fun. That's when to me it's fun. That's kind of a problem I run in with fighting games on PC, because the player base tends to die sooner, and all that's going to be left are just a bunch of freak beasts. And it's just like the game's not fun to play anymore. So I'll kind of have to just which is why I guess what I'll have to do is that, especially for Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is the game that I wanted to get back into playing fighting games for, I want to hop into that as soon as possible. That way I can get familiarized with the game and just like start playing online. So, 'cause I'm really looking forward to that game, but I'm scared they're gonna screw something up big time. I'm scared. Like, usually games that have like this much hype behind them, something goes wrong. And I'm hoping it's something minor will go wrong. There we go. Just wait for these two platforms to go. Up, up, up. What am I doing? I don't really... Oh, I forgot I can't spin into that. Okay. Am I really already into World 4? Oh, why did I do that? I thought I was gonna kick him over the... There we go. I rage at fighting games too, but because if you aren't, I don't want to say if you like aren't prepared, but if you aren't fully familiarized with the game, fighting games will be incredibly frustrating, because fighting games are hard. They're not easy. They are hard. Ooh, excuse me. All I got from my mom was a thank you for giving her a $100 gift card at DSW. Wish I got money for Christmas. So yeah, fighting games are hard. They are hard. And you will rage at them if you're not ready. Fun times in Cleveland today, Cleveland. I miss Oblivion. Like, That was like my first. Oblivion was like my first like open world, like true open world game, and it was just incredible. And then I played Fallout 3. Then I fell in love with Fallout New Vegas, and then it was just. Then I played The Witcher 3, and I was Just type Devin Lawton. Yeah, I'll check it out. Anyway, I'm gonna stop it here. Thank you guys for being here. There we go. Thank you guys for supporting me. Thanks for sticking around when I haven't been exactly the most active. Again, huge change. Not gonna say huge changes, but changes will be coming to the way I do things in the future, and I'm hoping you guys will. Hoping you guys will be able to. Not necessarily, I was gonna say abide by, it was kind of a weird, but be able to like those changes. That's the, I guess I can word it that way. I hope you guys will be able to like those changes. So with that, I'm gonna get off. I'll try to do another stream next week. Friday if I'm not doing anything. Saturday definitely. I will let you guys know if I have anything coming up at that time. So with that, thank you. Good night, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.